Okay, so this is a very ad hoc video on a Friday night on my laundry bench, but I'm filming this because I just realised I've got all this equipment dry connected, and I get questions from people all the time about how things connect up with the UniFi Access system. And so, seeing as I've got my very own one dry connected here, it's a great opportunity to show you. I'm actually filming this on my iPad because I want to put my phone in the mix. Check out my giraffe photo. Smaller side there. I want to get a quick snap of all of this, including what happens on the phone. So I've just plugged everything in, configured it. The first thing to note is that this is the UniFi Access hub, and the hub is powered completely off PoE. That's power over Ethernet. So it's a single cable that carries power and data if you're not familiar with it. There's different grades of PoE. This one is PoE++. So you either need a switch that supplies PoE++, or like I do, if you don't have that switch, you just buy a PoE++ injector. So that can carry up to 60 watts. And that powers the hub, and it also powers up to 4 different things plugged in to the hub. So there's 4 PoE out ports there. You can use those to power access readers like this, or also cameras, that sort of thing. So very simple. The reason they've done it this way is so that this hub, if it's a long way from your network equipment, you can just run one cable out to the hub to plug in a whole bunch of other things. So very simple. We've got the door access reader here, which is going to go on my front door, and that's plugged into one of those, being powered over power over Ethernet. And then this is the door lock I'm going to use. So this is an electric strike. So there's a bunch of connections here for a bunch of different things. As you can see, there's door position, button, motion, door operator, blah, blah. But this is for the lock. And so the lock has a common wire, and then you can put the positive terminal into a normally open circuit or a normally closed circuit. So the normally open circuit means that normally there's no electricity provided, and when you unlock the door, it provides a current which unlocks the electric catch. For one of those big hefty magnetic door closer things, that would be normally closed. That normally seats to supply electricity to keep the electromagnet going to keep the door closed. So if you're running it with a magnetic door closer, you would use the normally closed thing, and that's why when it comes out of the box, you have this card over the top of it. So you can see normally open, normally closed for electric or magnetic locks. You can use pretty much any electric door strike with it. I just bought the Ubiquity one because I was buying Ubiquity stuff anyway, and it was cheap, and I liked it. It does the job. So that's all you really need is some basic 12-volt wiring going between the door hub and your electric strike, which of course gets embedded in your door frame. And then it's simply a matter of, let's see if we can do this. So if I ring the door, the way I've got this configured at the moment is if I ring the doorbell, there are a few things going there. So incoming call, access video. So sure enough, there we go. So I've now got the video call going with my front door. Not sure why the video is. There we go. Bit of feedback. And then I can unlock the door. That allows that to open. Better hang up on that. You get the idea. So it gives you 5 seconds of the door opening. End that call. There we go. And you would have heard another chime there as well, because the other thing that I've hooked up is just outside the laundry door, up there next to my WAP. I've put in a Ubiquity doorbell chime. So that then announces for anyone who doesn't have the app set up on their phone, if there's a house sitter, for example, or someone else looking after them, I don't know. Someone else in the house who's not me, doesn't have the phone, doesn't get the alerts, they can still hear that there's someone at the door trying to get in. So that is the setup. Sorry, very ad hoc video, but very simple. Then helps you understand your cabling needs. So obviously, when it's all fitted in place, much longer cables between certain things. but that's the basic connectivity.